What's become practically a way of life for some is downright cryptic to many others. So what's behind cryptocurrency, digital money? Jo Ling Kent sums it all up.
For the 35,000 Bitcoin enthusiasts who descended on Sin City this spring, what happened in Vegas hardly stayed in Vegas. This is Bitcoin 2025, the biggest ever gathering of its kind.
If you want digital drama, stick around this conference.
Between the high rollers,
your goal should be to own at least one Bitcoin, because by the time you retire, that can be worth 20, 30 million.
And the true believers.
You can't change the market, it changes you. Same is true of Bitcoin.
Everyone seemed to agree on one thing. President Donald Trump's re-election has been like hitting the jackpot.
And I'm here today to say loud and clear, with President Trump, crypto finally has a champion and an ally in the White House.
Once dismissed by investors and still baffling to many Americans, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin have won over supporters from Wall Street to Washington. In July, the president signed the Genius Act, which opens the door for companies including Walmart and Amazon to issue their own digital currencies.
The emerging digital asset ecosystem.
And Congress is debating another bill that, for the first time, aims to regulate cryptocurrency trading.
Bernie Moreno is looking out for Ohio.
This after the industry spent more than $167 million on behalf of crypto-friendly candidates ahead of last year's election.
How should people think of crypto? Is it like gold? Is it a stock? Is it a Beanie Baby or maybe a Labubu? You could think of it as gambling. You could think of it as a collectible. You could think of it as a type of investment. But I think what's important to understand is that crypto is highly volatile. It's highly speculative.
Amanda Fisher served as a top official in the Securities and Exchange Commission under President Biden.
Crypto is often marketed to individuals as an investment opportunity that will yield them the possibility of great returns. But unlike, say, a stock, which represents a part of ownership of a company, it is not backed by any sort of business that is producing goods and services.
Unlike hard currencies like the dollar or the euro, cryptocurrencies only exist online and are issued by individuals and companies, not central banks. And yet billions of dollars worth of crypto are traded every day.
The number of scams, the types of scams, the sophistication of scams are so rife and plentiful that the capacity to lose your money in a crypto investment is substantially higher than if you're just investing in stocks and bonds.
During the Biden administration, the SEC cracked down on the cryptocurrency industry. The Trump administration has changed course, dismissing the largest outstanding cases, which Fisher says leaves consumers more vulnerable.
We are seeing leaders in crypto say, we want to be regulated. And there is legislation currently here in Washington underway to regulate cryptocurrency. They say they want laws passed.
They want laws that they write to be passed. So the legislation currently being considered in Washington, D.C. is written by and for the crypto industry.
I wish that was the case. That'd be fantastic. But no, it's not true.
David Bailey runs the Bitcoin conference and is CEO of a Bitcoin holding company called Nakamoto. He's one of many crypto entrepreneurs who now call Puerto Rico home.
It started because of the taxes. Now it's like the place to do business.
But the 34-year-old's real claim to fame might be his role in convincing a skeptical President Trump.
Bitcoin, it just seems like a scam.
To go all in on Bitcoin during the 2024 campaign.
I want to thank David Bailey for inviting me, special guy.
What did you tell President Trump to get him into crypto?
So first off, no one convinces the president of anything. Like he makes up his own mind about things. A lot of people, especially in Washington, have missed how big this has gotten. And so we made the case to the president about how many people hold this asset. He saw the opportunity that was here by embracing this industry, and I think we had a big part of swinging the election in his direction.
The Federal Reserve says only 8% of Americans have bought or held cryptocurrency in the last year, and only 2% have ever used it to buy anything. But digital assets are increasingly part of the economy. Soon you'll be able to use crypto as collateral for a mortgage. And this past week, the president signed an executive order to make it easier to hold cryptocurrency in your 401k. All the attention has helped drive the price of Bitcoin to an all-time high, recently passing $120,000 each.
How much was Bitcoin when you first bought it?
So Bitcoin is about $10.
And how much Bitcoin did you buy back then?
Well, that's something I'm not going to talk about on camera. Not enough. Let's just put it like that. Not enough.
And as crypto's fortunes have improved, so have the president's.
The World Liberty Financial token sale is now live.
CBS News estimates that crypto ventures controlled by the Trump family have made up to $765 million in revenue from token sales since the fall of 2024. The White House did not respond to questions about the token sales, but in a statement told CBS News, neither the president nor his family have ever engaged or will ever engage in conflicts of interest. Most experts in government ethics believe the situation is unprecedented.
Has it ever occurred to you that maybe the president has changed his position on Bitcoin and crypto because he can personally benefit from it, or his family can?
No, absolutely not. I don't think he embraced this industry to enrich himself. I think that he just sees the same potential that I see. When you get excited about an idea, you feel compelled to do something about it.
And that potential is why investors are betting that crypto will soon become part of everyday life.
We want our fellow Americans to know that crypto and digital assets, and particularly Bitcoin, are part of the mainstream economy and are here to stay.
But for Amanda Fisher, that's a gamble just not worth taking.
We heard the same thing about subprime mortgages going into 2008. We heard the same thing about complex financial derivatives going into the last crisis too. These products are wonderful, and they're ways to extract so much value in wealth until they're not. And I fear that crypto is going to follow down the same path. Things are going great many times until they're not.